If you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's talk about it. Everybody grab your bricks and get ready. Hey, yo, GMS fam, the green room. What's going on, y'all? Happy Monday. We are in here once again. I want to say thank you to everybody, the GMS fam, all of the above. I have to start it out by saying thank you, man. Thank you, man. Like I said, we started a GMS fund and have been asking the GMS fam if they would like to help support the GMS show, to help production and all that greatness. And a few of y'all have already done so, and I appreciate y'all so much. So shout out to y'all. You know who you are. I want to get everybody's names together and shout you out the proper way when I can. But for everybody that has so far, man, I thank you so much. All of that, all of the funds, all the things that people are donating and what they're doing to support the show is being put aside for new shit, new cameras, interface, all types of stuff, just to up production and to continue to uplift and bring this show to where it needs to be. So thank y'all, man, so much to the GMS fam. You know, we start out every show with peace, love, positive energy, good vibes, passing it forward, hoping that you pass it along as well. My GMS fam in the building: Black Hippie Ricky, King Lukey, Love Lace, Ralph S., Justin Furlow, Robert Thomas, Glittery Bubbles. Who else is in here, man? Jan Win, 313 Capo, my guy Zen Master, Amir Stanfield. What's going on, GMS fam? We have a lot to discuss today, so I hope y'all are pulling up right now to kick it with me for this next hour so that we can discuss some things. So many things to talk about. But the first thing I want to get to, the first thing we got to talk about is the infamous Brick Girl. Now, as you all may remember, a Somalian woman who cosplayed as a black woman. Now, I'm just putting it out there, okay? I'm calling it how I see it. A Somalian woman who cosplayed as a black woman decided that she wanted to go to the internet and claim that a black man assaulted her with a brick, and then went on to say that the black man that was standing around her didn't do anything. Come to find out, not only was she Somalian, but everybody around her was Somalian, and the guy that probably hit her with a brick was Somalian. So people had questions like, what really happened? What's going on? This man hit you with a brick. Nobody did anything. And then next thing you know, some guys start getting on the internet. They start saying, yeah, I was there. And she didn't really, she didn't all this shit. She's a troublemaker. That's why we didn't want to help her out. And everybody was like, well, that's not a good excuse. She could be a troublemaker, but at the same time, a nigga hit with a brick. So y'all might as well, take the L, move on. Then you find out, this motherfucker did this again before in 2020. And I was like, what the hell? So she had another GoFundMe for being assaulted by another black man, but this time it was here in Minnesota, where I live, because we have the largest population of Somalian people here in Minnesota, in the country. So she was here right out of First Ave. I recognized where she was as soon as I seen that video back then. She was right outside of First Ave. She said that she got punched on because she was 30-something years old and she was beautiful and all this other shit. She created a GoFundMe. She got like 4 or 5 bands from that. Now fast forward to today, 2023. Again, somehow she gets assaulted by some random guy, goes on the GoFundMe, creates it, and now she has made over 40 bands off the GoFundMe. So everybody said, hold on, man. We have to get more information. We live in an internet era where anybody can have anything happen to them, say it happened, and try to get people support and get paid and all types of shit. Not that we want to discredit women. See, that's the thing. People like to be quick to label you and put these things in front of your face and try to say that you're this and you're that because it's hard for them to actually think logically. Don't ever let nobody put a label on you because you decided to think logically and not like the rest of the hive mind motherfuckers who try to be like everybody else and think like everybody else because they think it's the right way. So when people came up and asked real questions, you had the backlash from the certain demographic of the feminists who are like, no, because they believe all women, even if the women are wrong or even if the women are lying, you got to believe all women. Well, guess what? I do not live in a fantasy land. Humans lie, not just men, not just women, humans lie. So there's nothing special on that side of women or nothing special on that side of men where they can escape accountability for being wrong or lying. So when you ask more questions and you try to figure out what's going on, people try to get bothered by that. But you can't let that happen. You have to continue to seek the truth. So people started digging, people started going around. Next thing you know, the people that recognized, or the store, or wherever it was she was, the club or the store, wherever it was that she was that night, has surveillance footage and says that they did not catch an assault happen on camera that night. All they saw was a young lady with a protruding face yelling at other men. So then they raised more questions of, wait, so what the hell happened? Now, here it is. We're going to take it with a grain of salt because I still haven't seen an actual news article. So far, it's just been hella people on TikTok and Twitter that have, first of all, I don't like to totally discredit social media posts because I will tell you like this. Some of the best detectives reside on Twitter and all of social media. People, like I'm telling you, people have way more time on their hands to investigate or try to find out the truth than you think. And there has been a lot of crime solved over these years due to people playing detective on social media. That is a fact. But that doesn't mean that you have to take what people post on the internet as fact off jump. It is always great to do your research. Now, here's the post right here. It says, update. This woman completely scammed everyone who donated to her GoFundMe page. $40K to date. Here's the latest. The owner of the establishment looked at the footage and saw no evidence of a woman getting hit. She did not file a police report. Several people who work in the medical field have stated that her injuries are consistent with someone having an allergic reaction to something. This truly was intriguing, but this woman played social media. Now, here's the thing. The reason why I say people have to do more research or people have to look into things is because if you actually look at people's social media accounts and go back, you will find some shit. A lot of the times, the ones that really beg or really crave attention from social media are the ones that might possibly make some shit up for the views or the recognition. I'm putting that as a broad spectrum because I know that a lot of people crave attention on the internet. But when it came to her, when all this stuff happened, a lot of things start coming out and you start seeing how she was acting on the internet. And it seemed like a person that was doing things purposefully for the cameras just to get attention. One of the most recent videos to come out, I was trying to look for it before I went live. I'm gonna see if I can find it. I don't know if I liked it. I don't know if it's on the internet still, but it's literally a video of her talking about how she lies. She literally was saying that she lies and why she lies and why it's fun to lie. If I find it, I'm going to play it for you. But this is what I mean. Even if even if that is something that she said, or even if that's the case, obviously people say what they want to say on the internet, but that's why you have to watch what you say when you talk on the internet, because you never know what will happen to you, and you never know how people will hold it against you. You can't be a person that comes out on the internet and talks about how you lie and why you lie, and especially when it comes to men. That was what she said. Especially when it comes to men, she lies. And for whatever reason, I've said this on this show before. I've met people, certain women, who feel like they have to treat men a certain way because of what other men did to them. Doesn't matter who the man is. The man could be the nicest, sweetest, caring, most providing person in the world. But because of what so-and-so did and how they treated her, she got to take it out on you because she thinks that all men deserve to be treated a certain way. Now, it's crazy because if a man, and I know they hate, especially feminists hate when people say, but if a man, because they hate the comparisons, but it's real shit. If a man got treated poorly by every woman that he came across when he was trying to date them, woo them, love them, care for them, whatever the case may be, and he finally said fuck it and started to treat every woman he came across like shit, what do you think they call him? Misogynistic, a woman hater, of all these types of things. But for women, it's liberating, and it's supposed to make them feel strong, and it's supposed to make them feel good inside and special, because they can be able to give back the hate and the viciousness that the men have showed them. Now, here's the thing. I don't say that to discredit what women have gone through, but that's not the way to go about it. You're not supposed to go out here and treat everybody like shit because of how somebody treated you. If that's the case, let's see how you treat people. How do you treat people? Hurt people hurt people. That's basically what that is. You can't be mad and go off and do these random things towards individuals in life because of what happened to you and think that you're better than anybody else. Now, as you see, these are two separate GoFundMes. This one was made back in 2020. This one was labeled "Help Black Muslim Mother Pay Her Medical Bills." All due respect, because I had a friend of the show, reach out in the comments to say, Africans are black. I don't get why we have to separate the two. Like, come on, like this is, and the thing about it is, that's not how I want it. But the way that the world works is motherfuckers claim to be black when it's convenient. We don't have that choice. As black Americans in this country, we don't have the choice to be black when we want to or claim blackness when we want to. It's here. It's here to stay. It's not going nowhere. Even if we wanted to identify as something else, it's not happening. But it seems like other people of ethnic groups seem to claim black when it's convenient, when it's time to uplift themselves, or it's time to feel good about themselves, or time to dress a certain way or talk a certain way or be a part of a certain event. But then when we're talking about other things, it's, oh, no, my heritage, my Muslim heritage, or my African heritage, or my Jamaican heritage, or this and that. And that's not me being on the train of, oh, let's just attack, Africans or Jamaicans because they're not black. It's just the simple fact that that's what I've seen my entire life. I don't have anything against African people or Jamaican people or anything like that. Matter of fact, I had a Somalian friend. Okay, now I don't want to sound like the white people that are like, I got black friends. No, this is real shit. 5th grade. This ain't about me having a Somalian friend. It's about a Somalian guy befriending me. So this is the other side of how shit worked. I wasn't seeking a friend of the Somalian community. As a matter of fact, I'm in 5th grade. I'm not thinking about Somalian or African or Chinese or anything like that. I'm looking at other kids as humans. So this young Somalian kid comes up to me in 5th grade. He just moves here from Somalia with his family. His name is Anan. Anan befriended me. Anon became my best friend because the motherfucker stuttered, but he also was funny, and he was also about that life and be on some degenerate fuck shit later on in life. You know what I'm saying? It was just one of those things where it was like, he jailed with everybody, and that's just how it is. And I love his family. You know what I'm saying? I grew up with his family. I came up with all them niggas. It's not about none of that division shit, but it's about reality. And I can say the same for them. When it was convenient for them, when it was time to be black and when it was time to do that, they was with it. But when it was time to order a pizza, the motherfuckers didn't want to get no pepperonis. You feel me? You get what I'm saying, though? It's different. It's different. It's always going to be different. We have to get to a point where we kind of, gel and mesh with each other and try to find that unity within each other. But that's a whole different story for another day. Here is her GoFundMe from back in 2020. It says, help black Muslim mother pay her medical bill. $4,000, almost $5,000 she raised with 91 donations. Here was her story then. A young black Muslim single mother was viciously assaulted by a private security in Minneapolis, sustaining multiple facial contusions, a black eye, and injuries to her leg and back. She needs an estimated $5,000 to pay for medical bills, legal fees, a new phone, and more. Please donate if able, support, and share. Thank you. If donating through GoFundMe does not work for you, please send funds to Cash App. Excuse me. She put her Cash App up there. So that happened. Which I will tell you like this. She says she was assaulted by private security in Minneapolis. Like I said, the video that she took back in 2020 was right outside First Avenue, which tells me she was right downtown. It was probably the weekend. She was probably out drinking at a club or at a spot somewhere. Some fuck shit happened, and security got her the fuck up out of there. And given just the information or just to try to see what type of person, this is another thing. Regardless if it's actually who you are in real life, or the persona that you play on the internet, people will take what you do and apply it to who you are as a person. That's a fact. So, you being the type of person that has been put on blast for being outrageous and doing all this crazy shit on the internet and talking all this wild shit and trying to be the attention seeker, something tells me that something happened where it got too hectic and something was provoked to the point where you had to be. And this is the thing. She says private security, but we know how bouncers work. They're bouncers. They don't give a damn if you're a dude or if you're a female. They gonna get you to fuck about the spot because they get paid to do so. So that's just how it works out here in Minnesota. I used to be a bouncer myself, so I understand. I see what went on. I've seen some crazy shit happen. That's just how it works. Whether you're a man or a woman, if they feel like you need to get the fuck up out of there and you not leaving because you feel entitled to stay somewhere that you don't have to be, well, prepare to get thrown the fuck out. And that's exactly what happens every single time. I mean, every time. You are not special. A lot of people go to clubs and think that they special because they know some of the bouncers or they know the nigga that is cool with the nigga that own it or the bartenders or some shit. But that does not matter. It never has. You motherfuckers are not special. When they tell you to leave, you leave. I was in a situation where when I used to work downtown as a bouncer at this club called Aqua. It's not Aqua anymore. That's what I'm talking about. The guy, the head of security that was working there, we all, when club is closing, when the club closed down, we got to, do a good job of getting everybody and preparing everybody to get the fuck out. And when everybody leaves, we got to clean up for an extra, I don't know how long after club closed before we leave, before everybody get off. So you can only imagine, think about it. Imagine if you worked at a McDonald's. The McDonald's closed at 10 o'clock. Everybody knows McDonald's closed at 10 o'clock, so they hurry up and get there before 10 o'clock, get what they need, and they leave because they know niggas got to close up. For some reason at the club, people don't understand when it's 2 o'clock, nigga, leave. And some big-ass dude thought that he was cool. He thought that he was special because he knew a bouncer that worked there. And when the head of security was trying to tell him to leave, he wasn't leaving. He said, nah, I know so-and-so and blah, blah, blah. It don't matter who you know. You are not special. You are not the shit. You know that nigga cool. Wait for him outside on the goddamn sidewalk. But motherfuckers be feeling like they the shit. Feeling like they special. So when my head of security kept telling him, you got to get the fuck out, he wasn't listening. So my head of security pulled out mace, sprayed the nigga in his face. And it didn't end there. This motherfucker wiped the mace. This is what I'm saying. Look, pay attention. He wiped the mace off his face and let out a war cry. This motherfucker said, ah, nigga. Another security guard, this old buff motherfucking Arnold Schwarzenegger ass nigga, went over our head of security's shoulder and hit dude in the face while his eyes was still occupied by that fiery pepperness, and laid him out. Knocked his ass out clean. They grabbed this dude, they drug him out towards the front and threw him down the steps head first. He landed on his face and just slid on the concrete right in front of the police. Police ain't do shit. They just watched this man get thrown out face first, hit the ground, probably cracked his skull or some shit, I don't know. And then what happened afterwards, that's a story for my Instagram. I can't really talk about it here on this platform, but just know when it's time to go, you got to go. Now here's the second GoFundMe that was made recently after the incident where she was allegedly hit by a brick. It says, help Roda recover. The goal was $25,000. As you can see, the person that took this screenshot saw that it was well over the goal that was reached. And not only that, but the number skyrocketed in donations from the first GoFundMe she had, which only landed at 91 donations. And this one, because it went super viral from the help of black women, 923 donations. This was only when it was at half of what it is now. And however many donations came after that, because her GoFundMe reached well over $40,000 for an incident that nobody saw or could confirm. All they saw was a big ass knot. Think about that. $40,000+ for an incident that nobody could find out if it was true or not. Absolutely nobody. So yes, questions must be asked. That is the logical, common sense thing to do in these situations. It has nothing to do with whether men don't like women or misogyny or protect all women or believe all women. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with human fucking common sense, logical thinking, logical questions. Okay, you got hit with a brick. Who was the guy that did it? Because honestly, the one thing that I didn't understand is why right after somebody hit you with a brick, why did you show the niggas that didn't do nothing? Why didn't you show the man that just hit you with a brick? I asked that question that day. I thought about, I was like, so if a man was so unhinged in the area you were at, a man was so unhinged that he hit you with a brick, and the first thing you thought about was to take out your phone and record other men that were standing by, your claims is all you did was not give this man your number. So you thought the smartest thing to do was to record other men that were standing in the same vicinity as the nigga that hit you with a brick, to go off on them for not doing shit. I'm sorry, I probably would have been scared that I would have got hit with something worse after that. Right? I mean, granted, you could say she got hit with a brick. She probably wasn't in her right mind after that, after getting hit with a fucking brick. Cool, I'll give you that. But then she went on to the hospital and recorded another video. explaining what happened. Then you start seeing more videos of her resurfacing on the internet of how she used to go straight to the internet to do other fuck shit, seeming like a person that wants attention. This GoFundMe read, my good friend Roda was viciously attacked with a brick by a man. She refused to give her number. She was, first of all, I love how she's trying to talk in third person like she wasn't the one that made the fucking GoFundMe, like somebody else made it for her. You want to know why that's funny to me? Because she probably thought to herself, well, I did this before. It would probably look crazy if I did it again in my name and for my sake. Maybe I should make it seem like I'm her friend and I'm doing this and a friend is doing this for her because she's so down and out and she's so traumatized by the situation. Let me pretend like I'm a friend of hers doing this. She said, my good friend Rhoda was viciously attacked with a brick by a man. She refused to give her number. She was surrounded by onlookers who stood by and did nothing to help her. Oh, so convenient to put that in there, right? Not even calling an ambulance. The video is now viral all over Twitter, IG, and TikTok. Glad you put that in there. I'm so glad you're letting us know that this video is going viral. I mean, that's such important information in a time of thinking about a woman getting viciously attacked with a brick. We got to let everybody know that the video is going viral. Rhoda is a single mother and student. She is a beautiful person who is always there for others. Because of this vicious attack, she will have to manage hospital bills, therapy, and time away from work, school, and childcare while she heals mentally and physically. Unfortunately, no one stepped in to help her that night. It would mean so much if we could step up and help her as she heals. Rhoda asked me to share the video that's gone viral. Please share and support. Very convenient wording. Very convenient. Now, we have reached this part, as I stated earlier, that the owner of the establishment that she was outside of that day when all the shit allegedly took place came out and said they did not find any surveillance footage of the incident that she claimed happened. Then more information came out that some of the guys, and I even posted that during the day I talked about it on this show. I posted somebody who wasn't even there. That's another thing. Like I said, you cannot take this social media shit and whoever posts shit factually, because some man decided to take it upon himself to create a whole video acting like he was there and explaining what happened and saying she was a troublemaker and that's why they didn't help her, only to find out that that man didn't even live in the same place she lived. As a matter of fact, his girlfriend was the one that put him on blast and said, nigga, what are you doing? Because he wanted to get some views and some clicks and some likes, he decided to pretend to be somebody that was there. So not only do we not know if it happened or not, but wasn't nobody that was there that day seen shit, including the store owner who had video surveillance footage. Now, not to mention all, the GoFundMe she made and all this other shit. Now, we have gotten to the point where now social media is now trying to hold her accountable because they say, okay, there's way too much evidence against her. And also just knowing that something was consistent, medical personnel saying that her injury looked consistent with an allergic reaction. Very convenient to say it was brick because of how it looked. Now, we have TikTok stepping up as they usually do, going crazy talking about this situation. I'm going to play this video for you because I want you to see how this woman explains this story.
Feminists are about to get really mad at me for this one. You guys remember this woman who was hit in the face with a brick? Even though it appears that she's having the same allergic reaction she was having in this video. I think this woman said—
Whoa. I did not see. Holy shit. Holy. Okay, I didn't. I swear on my life. I'm not just doing this shit for the cameras or because I'm live. I did not see this in the beginning of the video.
This woman who was hit in the face with a brick. Hold on,
I gotta pause it.
Even though it appears—
So apparently, oh my God. All right. Holy shit. Okay, y'all see this right here? Apparently,
appears that she's having the same allergic—
Apparently, This is a video that she made showing that she was having an allergic reaction. That allergic reaction right here looks fairly similar to this right here. Does it not? Holy.
Brick. Even though it appears that she's having the same allergic reaction she was having in this video. I think this woman set this entire thing up as a hoax. In fact, actually, I know it was a hoax. Coincidentally, every few years she gets attacked in the face by a random stranger, fails to make a police report, but makes a GoFundMe and garners thousands of dollars. Here was her first one. And her second one in 2020 where she garnered $41,000. And here's the video she used to sucker people into that money.
You grew up and they mad because you trying to fucking beat somebody. They mad because you trying to beat somebody. I'm trying to be a doctor and they mad. Look what they did to me. Look what they did to me for no reason.
For the record, not saying that it's never happened, but for the record, I have never in my life heard of an instance where a woman was talking to a man and she expressed to the man, I'm trying to be a doctor, and he said, bitch, what? Never heard of that.
They gonna beat me up. I'm 30 years old, they gonna beat me up.
Interesting. So not once, not twice, but 3 times you got beat up by strangers, strange black men, didn't make a police report, but made a GoFundMe.
Shit.
And then conveniently, when the $41,000 is probably run out, now you're back at it again. Using black men as these monsters to your fucking scheme, and using a very serious issue that's not taken seriously enough, which is violence against women, as some sort of like leverage to your hoax. It's absolutely sickening and disgusting. And you guys can question me all you want, but the people who were there, including the club managers, okay, all attested to the fact that this never happened. This woman was never hit in the face with a brick. The club that she was standing outside of, they have security footage 24/7. They released a statement saying that there was no incident with her getting hit in the face with a brick. The 2 guys that she filmed accusing them of not doing anything, they didn't see anything. In fact, they've come out saying that they were confused because there were police parked at the gas station right across the street. So if this woman did get hit in the face with a brick, why weren't the police there? Seems like a pretty disgusting coincidence to me, and I'm not the only one questioning it. Along with the internet, articles are now coming out. Would you look at that? Apparently, she's been arrested for doing this type of shit before.
Whoa! So, so not only now, and I've said this already too, and I talked to people about this. The reason why we have to make the distinction, not just because of black people and Somalis, individuals, or you know what I'm saying, or Jamaican or whatever, is because the blame tends to come back on us. You know what I mean? Like I made this analogy yesterday when I was talking about hip hop. So like when you go outside, right? When you go outside and you go to a random store or a restaurant or just walk around at a park or some shit. When you see, as a black person, when you see other ethnicities, when you see other people of other races walking around, you don't think anything of them besides who, like, what you see. That's it right there. You see a Mexican person, an Asian person, white person. That's just what it is, right? When it comes to us, they see us a certain way. So when other ethnic groups, whether it be white people, Mexicans, Jamaicans, Africans, whatever, when they go around and they dress a certain way and they talk a certain way that coexists with what the culture is. It's not just black culture, but I mean, it is black culture. When you talk about these things, you talk about what is a part of black culture, not black culture as an entirety, but what is a part of black culture. When other ethnic groups see the same people, when they see their own kind, but they dress a certain way or talk a certain way, they attribute that to black people. So that's why when I talk about changing the content in music, when you have Mexican rappers, Asian rappers, Somali rappers, African rappers, whatever, from any other ethnic group, continue to perpetuate the same stereotypes, negative stereotypes, it doesn't affect their people. It affects us. It comes back on us. So it doesn't matter what these people have been through individually, because I know they always have them interviews. Oh, I grew up in the trenches too. I grew up here and I grew up with all these black people. But what you do, what you talk about, what you participate in under this umbrella of our culture falls back on us. It does not fall back on your people. That is a fact. So when this woman sat here and said all these black men around me didn't do shit, it fell back on black men, even though there was black motherfuckers standing around her. It was all Somali individuals. Now, people are going to hear what I'm saying and try to make it like I'm shitting on other people or like I'm being disrespectful. I'm not. This is just the truth of it all. This is really what's happening. We can't take the blame for something that somebody else did. And we're tired of taking the blame for everything that other people do. Now, this man right here is somebody who put it very simple in only 50 seconds. I want him to get his shit off because this nigga was cooking. Listen carefully to how he puts this.
All of you blue checks, you so-called activists, you celebrities that jumped out there and attacked all of the men that asked logical, reasonable questions. You guys jumped out there and pandered to your mostly female base because you're mostly like a male feminist type of soft dude that says, I'm here for black women. But you guys really are the danger to black women because you don't hold women accountable to a standard that would put them in a superior position. You are the worst type of dude because you're the same type of person that'll pretend like you don't really want no meanwhile you plotting and praying the whole time. And now that this other video is coming out, you're going to be real quiet and slink into the background like that Homer Simpson meme. And that's where you should stay. All
Real
of you blue
shit.
checks.
Real shit. Now the part where he talked about how niggas be acting like they don't want no pussy but really be scheming, that's where you get the Captain Save-A-Ho from. The phrase, the actions, this Captain Save-A-Ho comes from that type of guy right there who pretends like he's doing this out of the love and the care for women. No, I gotta protect women. Really, you just want them titties in your face like us all. You just got a different way of doing it. You ain't fooling nobody, because once you niggas get in that relationship and your true colors start to show, the motherfuckers realize you not the sweet, caring nigga that you pretend to be. That's why it's better to just be who the fuck you are. Right? All right, then. Now, I don't know what's going to happen to this lady. I hope she does face consequences for everything that she did. I do not find that shit to be good at all. I don't find it to be productive. I don't find it to be something that we need in our lives, in our culture, in our atmosphere. We have to get rid of that. We have to continue to ask questions, continue to think logically in these situations. What up, Do Better? What's going on, my guy? Theo Cooper's in the building, man. All right, now, speaking of thinking logically, speaking of, being able to speak your truth, we have a Mr. Tyrese Gibson here, right? So last week, I talked about the interview between Tyrese and the Breakfast Club because that interview was very interesting. It was a total and complete display of what it is to be a loyal and caring and not wanting, I don't know how to really put it, but not wanting it back, more so doing it out of the love and the care for the individual versus somebody who is only doing it because it will benefit them to a certain degree. Now, Tyrese had a grievance with DJ Envy because we all know Tyrese saved Envy's marriage. I'm talking about he saved that man from having to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars a month on child support and bullshit, and rather just spending it on your lovely family who cares about you and loves you. He was expecting DJ Envy to be there for him. Altruistic. There we go. Sorry, I'll be high sometimes. I can't think of those words sometimes, but appreciate y'all. Appreciate you smart motherfuckers in the chat. He had a grievance because although he was there for Envy, he didn't feel like Envy was there for him. Now, Charlamagne is one thing. I don't think Tyrese actually expected Charlamagne to be a certain type of way. But if I'm Tyrese and I know what I did for you, DJ Envy, in your marriage when times was rough, it's not that you supposed to pull up at my house and have a symphony playing and try to sing Stay. But nigga, at least check up, nigga. At least hit me and like, yo, you good? How's your mental, man? Hey, man, stay up, bro. If you need anything, I'm here, man. You need me to pull up on you? You having any rough thoughts right now, man? I don't want you to do nothing stupid. Instead of that, them niggas went to the Breakfast Club to clown and make jokes. So understandably, Tyrese felt a certain way. Now, during that interview, we all saw what was going on, and one thing that people left with was wondering, man, Charlamagne sure does not give a fuck about somebody's mental health the way that he pretends to. And I've said this in the past. I've said that fake activism came during a very convenient time in Charlamagne's career. Very convenient. When somebody is being accused of something, when somebody has something hanging over their head, when they feel like the narrative is going to switch upon who they are as a person, you need to find a quick outlet so that people can forget. Now, I'm not going to be specific about exactly what it is that he was being accused of at the time, but I'm pretty sure all of you fucking know. But it just seems very convenient that around that time when things started to really kind of bubble or things were starting to come up in conversation, now all of a sudden you are a mental health advocate. But see, like I mentioned earlier, you cannot pretend to be something you are not. Eventually, your true colors will come out. And it usually happens when somebody is under pressure. Pressure makes diamonds, or it can completely squash you. And when the pressure was there, Charlamagne decided that he wanted to continue to make lighthearted of the situation. So Tyrese, apparently, I'm pretty sure he started seeing some of the things people were saying and was like, damn, maybe that is true. Maybe Charlamagne isn't really a legitimate advocate for mental health. So he had some questions, man, and he was wondering why it was that Charlamagne reacted to him the way that he did. This is what he had to say.
Y'all know that I could make the choice to go with both of them, but I'm not going to do it.
Listen carefully because he's very low, talking very low.
The choice that I'm going to make is to wish them well in their careers, their marriage, their family, everything. I want the best for them. I really do. I want to say thank you to Jess. I hope they add you.
People, and here's the thing, people thought that Tyrese was sneaking and doing blow. Like a few people were like, man, is he doing coke right now? No, he was actually wiping the tears and wiping the snot from his face because he was crying. So just to clear that up.
I hope they officially add you to the show. And I hope nobody attacks you or come at you because you actually had the only heart in the room. So I'm in the middle of expressing my vulnerabilities and all this stuff that I've been carrying and festering from certain things that they've said and choices they've made and how they've went about being insensitive about my stuff.
Why is he talking so fucking low, man?
I appreciate Jess for just stepping in and wanting to keep the conversation. Definitely didn't plan on getting emotional live, but it's all fresh.
I ain't gonna lie, Tyrese is a crybaby. He is a crybaby. I mean, it don't make him less of a man, in my opinion. I don't think it makes you less of a man just because you show emotion, but he does cry a lot.
One thing y'all need to know is I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna get through this process. I'm gonna take this journey. But I'm gonna have to grow up. When you think of life, you're gonna have to start thinking of it as stock. And there's areas of stock in your life where the
wait, we got more.
Definitely didn't plan on getting emotional live. When you think of life, you're gonna have to start thinking of it as stock. And there's areas of stock in your life where the value is low. There's some areas that you really gotta grow in. Then there's those areas where the stock is really high. And for everybody who knows me, and for everybody who turned on me, never called, never checked on me, never came, never tried to pull up on me, never tried to come put their eyes on me and make sure I was good. I know one thing's for sure. As y'all have watched this Breakfast Club interview, y'all was happy as a motherfucker I never called your name.
That rings bells as well. I want to say this, though. I want to say this about what he said, because it seems like we get the same song from everybody, no pun intended, from everybody in the industry. There is really just like a very small percentage of individuals in the industry that have who they consider real friends around them. It seems like majority of the time, a lot of people don't know who their friends are. And when they get into these real life situations, like what Tyrese is going through a divorce, a nasty divorce, and going through mental issues and taking psych meds and all this shit, you start seeing that a lot of these people really aren't your friends. You got to remember, a lot of these celebrities are cool with each other because they're other fellow celebrities. Being cool with somebody on the same level or above you or whatever the case may be, it's just how the game goes. It's not that people actually fuck with each other like that or really love each other or really care about each other. These are like celebrity friendships to me, in my opinion, from the outside looking in, aren't real friendships. It's just part of business. And people forget about that aspect. They try to think that people are supposed to be there for them. They think people are supposed to call them or pull up on them when they going through it. That's not the case, man. When are people going to stop depending on everybody else when they know how this shit go in the industry? Now, Tyrese posted this recently. Now, after that video he posted on social media went up, apparently he had a conversation with Charlamagne. I don't know if he had a conversation with Envy. Also, I would like to know what it was that Tyrese said to Envy's wife, because I want to know what made Envy want to box his mouth. which is crazy. I hate when people say that they like wanted to do some shit but never said it until like later on when everything already happened and kind of blew over. It's like, nah, nigga, you wanted to box my mouth. You should have said something then. You should have pulled up. You knew exactly where I live. And on top of that, what makes you even more pussy, DJ Envy, is because the nigga called you and told you to pull up to his house in Atlanta after he so-called disrespected your wife, and you was like, nah, I don't want to. You didn't want to box his mouth. You said that shit for the fucking internet. You said that shit for your show because you was comfortable sitting in your seat behind a microphone. That is always some bitch ass nigga shit to say, is that, man, I wanted to beat your ass. If that's news to the person whose ass you wanted to beat, nigga, you didn't want to do that. You just talking shit. So apparently Tyrese and Charlamagne had a conversation and they hashed out their differences, which always seems to happen behind the scenes. I don't know why people don't have enough courage or they don't have enough balls to do it when the cameras are rolling, but for some reason when it's behind the scenes, the niggas feel like they should understand somebody. But Tyrese wrote this. He said, 1 down, 1 to go, meaning Charlamagne, and now he got to go to Envy. He said, just chopped, and we are both even more clear than we were yesterday. When black men speak, that's always the start of healing and forging ahead. I posted this specific photo of Charlamagne because although I was annoyed as F at the random jokes that he was throwing in while I was in the middle of all my vulnerabilities and expressing the traumas and the sentiments in and around those adverse effects that happened with my psych meds, one of my biggest takeaways was somewhere in Charlamagne's mind. I'm sure he knew that I was coming in that motherfucker with an AR-15 level of animosity, LOL, a tank fully loaded arsenal ready to shoot up the club with issues that's been festering between me, him, and DJ Envy. So every time he cracked a joke, it was annoying and felt insensitive, but it was strategic because he knew if he doesn't figure out a way to keep this shit light, a grown ass man telling another grown ass man that I want to box your mouth or whatever that weak shit was, would have went into levels that none of us would have wanted it to get to. Just to say real quick, if you watch that clip of when DJ Envy said I wanted to box your mouth and the camera panned to Tyrese did not have a look of fear, a look of hesitation, or a look of surprise in his eyes. And I know what he was talking about when he mentioned Charlamagne keeping it light, because when Envy said that, Charlamagne was like, hold on, no, what, hold. And he told him, he tried to stop, where it was going, and Tyrese looked at him. He said, no, go, no, let him do it. Let him finish. Let him say what the fuck he gonna say, because Rashad thinks I don't know who the fuck he is. And for some reason, this motherfucker talking about he want to box my mouth, but ain't did shit yet. I just want to hear him out. I want to hear his reasoning. They needed 5 minutes for that. I'm not gonna lie. You tell me you want to box my mouth, I got love for you, but okay, you didn't do it this entire time. You didn't say this to me the entire time, and now you doing it for the cameras. All right, let's go outside. Envy wouldn't have did that. My bet is Envy wouldn't have stepped outside with Tyrese. I'm giving an educated guess. But anyway, he said, I'm gonna stay on this journey. I hope in our own way we have more black men to speak openly and unpack hard conversations about real shit that's been said or festering. Love Transaction, my new single, just went live, available on all streaming platforms. I Don't Think You Ever Loved Me, featuring Lenny Kravitz. Oh, okay, oh, yeah, he's just promoting the singles after that. But like I said, this is the truth behind how he feels. And honestly, I don't blame him for feeling that way. I don't think Charlamagne is gonna kind of change who he is. I don't think he's gonna do anything about that. It is what it is. Blessings to Tyrese. Hope he's doing well. Hope he's doing better in the mental space. I think he is. And yeah, man, don't be a fake mental health advocate. Be real about it. We ain't got to put no stamps on it. That's another thing. We don't have to put a label or a jacket on us to pretend to give a fuck about some shit. If you give a fuck, then you do. I don't call myself an activist. I don't call myself a black activist. I just love black people, and I will stand up for black people when I can. That's it. I don't want that jacket. I don't want that title. Don't put me in no activist conversations and none of that. I'm not an activist. I am somebody who, if I see black people getting done wrong, I'm going to speak on it because that's how I feel. Point blank, period. Fuck the label. I don't want y'all to have expectations of me to be this person or that person. I'm not them. I'm me. Don't put no jacket on me, man. I'm good. I got my sweatshirt on. I'm nice and toasty. I'm chilling. I got real love for black people. That's why I do what I do. Some people, though, they don't have genuine love. Some people are here just for the attention. Some people are here just for the clicks, to be famous, to be the next talked about all day, the next trending topic. Sort of like the woman we saw in the beginning of the show. Person I'm talking about, though, is a Mr. Blueface. Now, we spoke on him quite a few times on this show, but one thing I just want to make sure that I touch on real quick, pause, is the fact that he had CPS called on him because of that video that went viral that had him asking his son why he was looking through their empty-ass pantry for food and why he wasn't out there mingling with grown-ass strippers. Now, his son is about 5 years old, I think, 4 or 5, maybe 6. He proceeded to ask his son if he was gay. His son wanted to say out of his mouth, I know, but he's just a kid. He was like, no, you dumb motherfucker, I'm hungry and there's no goddamn food in here and you rather pay for some fucking strippers than pay for some fucking food in here. But he couldn't. He didn't know how to articulate that because he's a young kid. Instead, all he could say was, no, I'm hungry. Now, because Blueface is the attention seeker that he is and thinking that what he did was normal, which goes back to our conversation about his mother, which leads me to believe that some weird shit happened to him as a youth with him and his mother, is the reason why he thought he can put that on the internet. Now, it's even crazier because you sat there and asked your son if he was gay, and because the society that we live in is the way that it is, of course, people are going to take that as homophobic. So I wouldn't even be surprised if all the calls that went to CPS to go and check in on him and his kid came from the LGBTQ community. And here's another thing, because a lot of women don't like you, and because they ride with Chrisean Rock, I wouldn't put it past them to call CPS on you after that video. To be honest, I think your son needs a better environment. That little girl too. I know he has a daughter too by the other Stewie looking bitch, who also, for some reason, I don't know where that video went, but they were sharing a video on the internet of Blueface talking to his son because Blueface was about to leave the house and his son was crying, and he asked his son why he was crying. His son replied to him and said, because mom is gonna be mean to me. I can honestly take one good look at Blueface's first baby mom, you know, the one that looked like Drewski, and tell she's a horrible mother. I can absolutely tell she is a horrible mom. I don't care how it sounds. I don't care if anybody gets mad at that. I don't care if you feel some type of way. She is absolutely somebody who I would bank on. I'll put all my money on the fact that she is a horrible mom. And if you are somebody who doesn't pay attention to it because you would rather pay attention to the things that's going on in your life, well, you are a horrible parent as well, Mr. Blueface. And anything that comes with this situation when it comes to CPS, well, you reap what you sow. Have an empty ass pantry with 2 kids, but be paying for strippers in your bitch BBL. Crazy. Somebody save those kids. While we talking about saving the children, go save Blueface children from him. God damn. Now, one thing we have been talking about lately is the double standards in life. Double standards. These double standards that lead people to believe that certain things are okay when it comes to other people. Now, I got this story that came across my timeline. I don't know if you guys have heard of the singer Tink, but she is an R&B singer and a rapper. Very, very, very talented. I remember when she first really started out getting her buzz, Charlamagne actually was one of the people that really stood behind her, really promoted her, really shouted her out on the Breakfast Club and gave her a lot of shine back when she first started. That's where I know Tink from. But haven't heard much from her. Maybe that's just me and she hasn't passed my algorithms. I don't know what she's doing lately as far as music. Maybe she's doing great things. Maybe she has a single that's popping right now. I wouldn't know. A lot of people sound the same. But anyway, this specific individual took to the internet to explain about a run-in that she had with her ex-boyfriend by the name of Hitmaker, as you guys may know as previously Young Berg. Now, we all know Young Berg has had one of the most amazing rebrands of all time, from being Young Berg to being Hitmaker, being somebody who has produced some of the biggest hits in the last, I don't know how many years, from some of the top artists in the game. We had no idea that it was Young Berg. We just knew it was Hitmaker, and then we found out who was behind it. We was like, oh, shit. Now, hold your horses now, Glittery Bubbles. Glittery says, I don't know what Hitmaker did, but I know he deserved it. Now, look, hold on. Hold your horses now. Hold your horses. Now, this is where we talking about them double standards at. We cannot be the type of individuals who look at these things that way, because I'm going to play this video for you. She's going to explain. Now, let me tell you. Apparently, her and this man haven't been talking for months. They've been broken up. They haven't been talking. They haven't been communicating nothing. They're still business partners because they did music together, but they haven't been speaking any other time. They ended up in Cancun, Mexico at the same time, unbeknownst to them, and ended up at the same restaurant that night. When they ended up at the same restaurant, of course, she tried to grab his attention, even though he was with somebody. He had a young lady with him, probably other young ladies, I don't know. But she tried to grab his attention, and he wasn't going. He got up, he tried to leave. She followed him to his car. He got in his car. She walked up to his car and opened the door, and then proceeded to assault this man. You would have thought that she was about to tell you a story about how Young Berg spit on her or called her a bitch or slapped her or punched her in her eye, something. But this is how it happened.
I don't bother, so if I ever have to say something, it's valid and it means something, you know what I mean? So just understand, Hitmaker, you foul. And if you think to put the video out of me in the car, you know, just understand I'm gonna have to let the clip go, and everybody's gonna get exposed. Cause I know how you've been playing. The label know how you've been playing, and I've been holding down, riding for you, and for you, leave me be, please. I've been riding for you and holding down. So if you were to even stand with you, and I've been holding a lot of things in, so we can play that game, and I know everybody understands my heart is pure. I just shouted the man out this morning, so this is absurd. I just gave him his props. Thank you for accepting me. And then I see you in the club, and you understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? And y'all told me about that man. But let me just say, sometimes time reveals. You know what I'm saying? And I'm human, and I'm gonna make mistakes. And this probably was close to the biggest. You know, I've been through this before, and I'm not gonna be silent this time. People are playing in my pockets and playing in my face, and I'm not having it. I'm not having it. And if I gotta get physical, that's what I gotta do. You understand? Like, I'm from Chicago at the end of the day, and I can't be anyone but myself. And I had a moment in that car where I had to.
I hate when people talk about where they from after doing some ignorant, unprovoked ass dumb shit. Don't put that on your city. Don't put that on the people around you. Don't try to put that stamp or that label on people around you, the people that you grew up with. That's a you thing. You're toxic. You decided to do this shit because a nigga didn't want to talk to you.
Physical, and that's what it is. Don't play with me, and please, you know what I'm saying?
What he do to Hazel E? Did he what he do to her? I gotta remember what he did to Hazel E. Cause I seem to recall both them niggas being on bullshit. and I'm not here to defend Hazel E either. Wasn't she like anti-black women or some shit at one point? Wasn't Hazel E saying some weird shit at one time? I'm not here to defend nobody, because everybody want to act like they innocent in some shit when they know they foul. So by that logic, if this is Young Berg's karma, where is Hazel E's karma right now?
Please don't get on this internet playing, because I have to defend myself. And Christian, when you see this, just understand you're foul. That's all I need you to know. And you tweaking with a real, like a real one. You know what I'm saying? That goes through the trenches with you. Everybody told me to let that go, and everybody told me be careful working with him, and I never seen it until now. And it's honestly, this has been going on since May. So y'all, this ain't nothing new. I just have to express it because it may drop, it may leave.
So, to me, somebody who thinks logically and with common sense, anybody who gets out in front of a story before a story even fucking drops is somebody who might be guilty of something. Yay or nay? Yay or nay? If you have to get out in front of the story before it happens, if you have to talk about a possible video of you assaulting somebody before somebody even drops the shit, there's something with that.
So just understand, Hitmaker, you foul.
Hold on, no. This ain't it. I'm going back. We got to go back to the other one, because we cannot let her speak without him telling his side of the story.
Not gonna put no footage out of her.
He's bald? This nigga's bald? When did Young Berg become bald? When did this nigga get a baldy? Holy.
No footage out of her. I want to go live. Tory Lane should have gone live. People ain't even like that important to me. I don't even know what that girl's talking about. I'm in a whole restaurant. It's my birthday. And I don't know if she in Cancun. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Not around her, not talking to her. I ain't talked to her in like probably like 10 months. I ain't even gonna get into details, so I'm just gonna call my lawyer. Cause I was violated. Damn, put hands on me. I got video, put hands on me. Shit's sad, bro.
You have to, and that's the thing. See, women will play this shit like, oh, he a bitch ass nigga because he pulled his phone out when we have to. Because next thing you know, motherfuckers will come out and say we did some shit to him. If a nigga didn't have the video, you think she'd be sitting there trying to talk about, yeah, this possible video of me snapping might come out. No, she'll probably say, yeah, that nigga Young Berg is foul, and he did me like this, and I had to do that. And then lead people to think that he did some fuck shit when all he did was ignore her. If you paid attention to anything she said about what happened in the situation, no words was said to her by that man that entire time. She wanted his attention. She didn't get it. And on top of that, it hurt worse because he was ignoring her while walking away with another bitch. Somebody owes you a hello? The fuck world do you live in where somebody has to abide by your fucking rules? And then when you decide to do some fuck shit like assault somebody because they wouldn't abide by your rules, now you talking about how you justified for doing what you did because what? Y'all used to smash? Because he's a producer of some of your songs? The logic that people run with. I'm looking at this from a different standpoint. Fuck it being Young Berg and Tink. I'm looking at it from what was your excuse? See, a lot of women don't need an actual excuse to be physical with a man, but then turn around and try to act or try to make it seem like it's just a man thing when it comes to physical abuse. No, you don't need an excuse. A nigga can literally ignore you and walk the fuck away from you, and you will run up on a motherfucker and try to hit him in the face. That's crazy to me. Now, what if Young Berg recording it, knowing that he got it on video that she struck him or that she hit him and assaulted him, was like, all right, I got it on video. Now let me knock this bitch out. Now what? Is he wrong for that? Y'all gonna hop on this man's case because he decided he wanted to put hands back on her? I don't know, man. That is it's such a weird situation. And I was seeing how the internet was reacting to that shit, and it was like, nah, we really live in a weird society, bro. We live in a really weird society where people are this close to being brain dead. You're this close to completely being brain dead and letting society take over your actions, how you think, and everything that you decide to do with your life. A lot of people do not think for themselves, man. Now, I'm no fan of Young Berg at all. And I have too heard about how Young Berg produces for these women who are artists, but also tries to smash as well. Well, guess what? Since y'all understand, this is another thing, man. You can take it how you want. Since y'all know the business, since y'all know how it go, since y'all know that this is a possibility where somebody may want to work with you because they trying to smash, when you go along with it, you cannot put blame on that nigga no more. Doesn't matter if that was his goal. It doesn't matter if that was his hidden agenda. You allowed it, so now it's there. He didn't take nothing from you. He didn't manipulate you. He didn't provoke you. He didn't lie to you. He simply is trying to smash. And if you say no and he stops working with you, well, yeah, judge the man on that. Judge the man on that. Let the world know, hey, I wanted to work with this person. He agreed to work with me, but then tried to act like he wanted to smash. So I said no, and now we're not working together. Cool. Put that out there. Then that's how you went, because everybody be like, oh, I heard about you and they told me about you. So why the fuck you still go and do some shit? That's the one thing I hate. Everybody tried to tell me about you, and I still did it. Yeah, we know why you still did it. Hitmaker is making hits for everybody in the industry. Number ones constantly. We know why you did it. Stop it. People be acting like they just so down and so perfect and so, oh man, I'm so loyal. I'm so this. No, your agenda was right along with his. Ooh, maybe if we get in a relationship, maybe if we start having sex, maybe he can give me more of the music that he's putting out there for big artists, and maybe I can be bigger than what I am. Then when that gets cut off, now you feel some type of way. You think they just ended up in Cancun at the same time out of nowhere? No, I think she knew he was going to be out there. I think somehow, some way. I'm just going based off of how she was acting about this whole situation. Clearly, she was somebody that was begging for his attention somehow, some way, to get in touch with him somehow, some way. Oh, I got word he's going to be in Cancun this week. I can make a trip down there. As big as Cancun is, how the fuck y'all end up in the same exact place, huh? And if a person wanted to be there because you was there or knew you was there, they wouldn't just leave to get away from you. They would stay there and be in your face, right? This nigga got up and left. You followed. It's a predatory action right there. You knew you was finna hit this nigga. We can't support this type of shit, man. I don't support the double standards. I don't support none of it. We got to get out of that mindset, man. We got to do better. We gotta be better examples for motherfuckers out here. Too many unhinged, toxic individuals. I'm not with it. We must change the circulation of brains out here. Get your common sense back, man. Get that logic back, man. Start thinking for yourself, man. And quit crashing the fuck out. You got better things to do with your life, man. Stay focused. GMS fam, the green room. Y'all know what time it is. We got to get up out of here, man. Whoa. Hey, shout out my guy CT Reed for the 10 in the Cash App, man. I appreciate you, brother. My G, GMS fam, the green room. Put a GMS in the chat. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way out. Follow me on my socials. I follow everybody back. Like I said at the top of the show, we are doing the GMS Fund, man. So if you want to support the GMS show and help us up production and keep us shining bright as a motherfucking diamond out here, man, make sure you support by donating to that Cash App down here, man. We appreciate it so much here at the GMS show. Make sure you smoke something. Have a good rest of your motherfucking day. Good rest of your week. You know I'm going to see y'all later. It ain't nothing to it but to do it. GMS fam, the green room. I appreciate y'all so much. I got to get up out of here, man. One love. Keep that peace, y'all. We out.